Hi, I'm Dr. Rollan Roberts. I got back to the United States just a few hours ago from spending nearly 3 weeks in the Balearic Islands of Spain, specifically on the island of Menorca. An organization brought the top 20 startup companies in the world together to meet in an intimate setting for 2 weeks, the top 20 venture capital firms in the world. I think there were about 8 countries represented. So going through all of their business plans, spending evenings and weekends and breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and poolside, beachside, hiking, all the different experiences that we did, you really get a chance to know people, and not just the 3-minute pitch, but who they are as a person. And I want to share with you the 3 reasons why companies don't get funded. It's probably the reason you haven't gotten funded, or you're not getting the funding that you need, or you keep hitting roadblock after roadblock, and you think it's just part of the game. And there is an element of just overcoming rejection, and you're going to be turned down. It's just the nature of it. But you really don't get turned down by the people where it's a good fit. If you're getting turned down by the venture capitalists or the private equity or the angel investors that are a great fit for your space, then the problem is absolutely found in one of these 3 reasons. The first one is because you're not prepared. You're just not prepared. And there's several dynamics to this. Number 1, you may not be prepared as a person. The timing may be off in your life. Maybe you're just not all in. You're not able to be all in. I'm looking for the hunger in people's eyes. The do or die. I'm heading out the front door. There is no back door. The exit strategy is win. And then there's multiple ways to win. And so you need to think through that. Are you prepared? What if the revenue stream that you're currently thinking peters out, doesn't work? What are the other ways you can make money with your product, service, or widget, or technology, or platform, whatever it is that you have? You're trying to change the world here. So if you're asking for millions of dollars of someone else's money, they kind of want to know that you're just not in it to just see how this goes, kind of put yourself out there a little bit, but you're not going to go too far just in case it doesn't work out. No, they want people who are all in. And so, but part of knowing your business or being prepared is to know your KPIs, know the metrics, know the numbers. I was shocked at how many people did not know the stats on their business. And these are the people who are serial entrepreneurs. They've started and sold businesses before. And if you ask simple questions like, okay, you're asking for $2 million for 20% of the company. What happens if you get $500,000? Do you take it? Do you not take it? If you take it, how far is that going to get you? How does the business plan change because of that? How many more doctors are you able to recruit, or how many more customers are you able to get? What's your cost of acquisition? What's your runway? What's your burn rate? How much money are you going through, and how fast, based on how much you get and based on the different plans? So there's all kinds of things that you have to think through and process as an entrepreneur and as a business owner in order to properly run your business. You would do it if it was your money. So whenever you're seeking money from venture capitalists or angels or super angels or private equity, or friends or family, know the numbers, know the metrics, know the backup plans, and the backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan. Have different ways of making money. Know your numbers like the back of your hand. It has to be you. See, if you just thought of this idea a week ago and you go out and try and get funded, even if it's got a little bit of traction and you did some things, it just doesn't, it's not credible if you don't know the numbers. Or you may get the money, and the first thing they're going to do, because they're going to make sure they get the control of the board seats, is fire you as the CEO, put in their own guy, and then take the idea, because they know you aren't capable of getting it and growing it to a $10 million company or $50 million or $100 million business if you don't know the numbers. Second reason your company and entrepreneurs don't get funded is because of who they are as a person. Now, this was very eye-opening to see it this up close and personal. So you get 20 of the most creative entrepreneurs in the world, successful startups, on an island in Spain for 2 weeks. Okay, you're at a resort. It's all you can eat, all you can drink, all inclusive, and there's a lot to do. But I was shocked at how many chose to spend their time, and especially their nights and weekends, literally partying like crazy, right? Drinking and doing all kinds of things until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. And they're doing this 5, 6, some of them every single night they were there. So let me tell you how an investor sees that. All right, we may be pals, and during the day we may be talking business, and life's great, and you got a great idea, and we're all rooting for you to change the world. But I'm not going to give you a dime, and here's why. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. It's not that it's what you're doing. Maybe it's not a matter of right or wrong, or you should or shouldn't. It's a matter of that's not who I want having my money. VCs you've got to be good stewards of your resources. And if somebody is constantly doing that, there's a couple questions as an investor that I'm going to wonder. Number one, their judgment. Number two, their focus. Number three, their energy. Look, it takes a lot of energy to get the snowball up the hill in building a business and a successful company, much less a global company. It takes a lot of energy, and it takes ridiculous amounts of focus. So if you don't have the energy or the focus or the judgment, see, because those kind of things, if you're traveling abroad and you're representing the business, which you always are if you're the owner or CEO or entrepreneur, and you find yourself in a club somewhere and it's 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you're in compromising positions, you've got, it can bring down the entire business. So then there's judgment issues that kind of come into play. So the second reason your company may not be getting funded may have nothing to do with the idea, may have nothing to do with the business plan. You know the numbers backwards and forwards, and you can change it on the fly, and you know it, like better than anything. But I still wouldn't give you the money because of who you are. So you got to do some work on yourself. Entrepreneurs a lot of times refuse to do the work on themselves. They refuse to try to grow and get better because they have so much confidence in their talent and skill. And talent and skill is amazing, and these were the most talented, skillful entrepreneurs, some of the top that I've ever met. But who they are trumps the talent and the skill every time. And what you're looking for as an investor is somebody who's got it all. They've got the talent, they've got the skill, they've got the personality, they've got the will to win, they've got the focus, the energy, the judgment. That's who you're looking to invest in. And the third reason your company, your startup is not getting the funding that it needs is because you're thinking that you are entitled to the money. It's really an arrogance that a lot of entrepreneurs have. But when you come to the table, and it turned a lot of the VCs off, when you come to the table and you have I'm here to get the money. What do you mean you're not going to give me the money? I'm here to get the money. It's like, are you kidding me? I don't care what your PowerPoint says. I don't care what the executive summary has to say. You're an arrogant jerk. No, I don't want to work with you. It has nothing to do with your business, your idea, your vision, the money, the metrics. It has nothing to do with any of that. I just don't want to have a phone call with you. I don't want to have to monitor and keep up. I don't want to attend the board meetings. It's because there's an arrogance that comes when you think that you are entitled to the money. Because, hey, they just invest in everybody and your idea is better than everybody else's, right? So you deserve it. And they bring that mentality and that attitude to the table, and it's a big turnoff. And not only do they think that, and here's the difference, and this is what I shared with a couple of them. There's a massive difference between having a positive belief and expectation in yourself and in your vision and in your company, your product, your service, and what you're doing, and that you're going to get the money. You can come to the table highly confident that you are worth investing in by every standard under the sun. But there's a big difference between having that positive belief and expectation that you're going to get it and believing that you are entitled to it. And ultimately that comes down to humility. And if an entrepreneur does not have that innate ability and a self-awareness to be humble enough, even in their approach for asking for a lot of money, the odds are that's going to be a liability in your business down the road because you don't have the ability to interact or to hear others' points of view, especially somebody like a VC you're dealing with a handful of companies that you're going to start and sell in your lifetime. They're dealing with hundreds, at least dozens a month. They're reviewing multiple companies. They see a lot. They see a lot more than you'll ever see. And so when you come to the table with that kind of a philosophy and you're not willing to listen and it's an entitlement and there's not really a whole lot of humility with it, it's not that interesting. But it is very possible to get the money you and your company needs. So the contrast to all of this is, first of all, be prepared. All right, be prepared. Know the numbers, know the metrics, know the KPIs, know what happens if you get 500,000, if you get 2 million, if you get 5 million, if you get 10 million. Know how long it'll take you to reach 10 million or 50 million or 100 million in revenue. Know how many customers you're going to be able to get or how many you'll need based on the amount of money that you get. Know how fast you're able to get them. Know what marketing channels you're going to use and know what results you're going to get from those. So if I spend $50,000 next week marketing on Facebook, I'm going to get X amount of clients or X amount of impressions, and I'm going to get this amount of people to the website, and this is how many are going to close from that. You've got to have these projections modeled out, and they all change instantly when you change any of the variables in the process. Know your business and know your numbers. The second thing is work on yourself. Work on yourself. Think about how you can get better as a person, not as an entrepreneur. You're already amazing. You're already the top of your game probably. So really, and this is what I shared with them, who are just getting better as a person. Your reading, your habits, your discipline, focusing on the critical few, not the trivial many. Read the 90-Day Race if you don't know what I'm talking about there. All right, go to 90dayrace.com. And then the third thing is to have the right spirit, approach it with the right attitude, be confident in what you're doing, obviously, but be humble. Don't be arrogant, and certainly don't have a sense of entitlement.